Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Football Shirt Social, your weekly YouTube show all about the wonderful world of football kits. I'm, of course, your host, Tony Jameson. Joining me, as always, is my right-hand man, Si Maggio. But before we say hello to Si, let's say hello to our guest, senior journalist at SportBible, Jack Kenmare. It's a pleasure to have you in, pal. How are you, buddy?
Absolute pleasure as well, Tony. I'm really well. I'm looking forward to today. As soon as you said football kits, I was like, here we go. Let's go.
That tends to be the reaction, doesn't it, Si? Like when we've approached people, because I know we're only a few episodes in, and thank you, of course, to everyone who's watched the first few. Hope you've enjoyed them. But when we've been trying to get guests in, it's literally been a case of, do you want to chat football shirts for about an hour and a bit? And everyone just goes, yeah, 100%. Thanks for that. Yeah, no story on that. Excellent. Cheers, Si.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you were going to ask. Oh, I was going to say, it's one of those things that, like...
I laid him up, didn't I? Right there,
yeah. I don't know why. Yes, I don't think... no one's turned us down yet. We've been asking... Like, we thought, should we ask this person? And then they're like... We think we should be aiming down here. We're like, let's just be cheeky, ask this person. And they just say yes. So we got some great guests, like including Jack, of course. I think he's on that. I don't know which side are you putting him. That side.
That side.
Yeah. So including Jack right now, but we got some great guests that we've already lined up. We're trying to broaden out from just the Football Manager people as well. Obviously, me and Tony do the Football Manager, so it's really good to get some people in the wider sport because I think it's something that interests everyone, which we'll get to.
Well, I hate Football Manager. It's terrible.
Jack's never played it. He's a FIFA guy, apparently.
He's still on FM23 if he hates it.
Wow, that's a big statement. Yeah,
but this is what we were saying before we hit record, wasn't it? Like we said that as well. We're like, look, this is not this like Football Manager. We said is our thing, and of course we're all partial to a little bit of FM, really, if we're being a bit honest with ourselves. But of course, football kits far more wide-reaching. Everyone remembers their first football kit. Everyone remembers the kit that stands out for them. Everyone has at some point owned a football shirt. Like, so we're going to go outside. We're going to go for our guest first to do the what are you wearing? And it sounds a lot less creepy now if I do it this way, right? So, Jack, what are you wearing? Tell us about it.
Right. So I'm wearing a Vasco da Gama away shirt from 2022-2023. I absolutely love it. I got it like a couple of weeks ago. So basically, just around the corner from work, a classic football shirt has just opened about 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I've been in there a solid 7 or 8 times now. And it's not good for the bank account, I tell you. It's not good. But do you know what? Seeing this, I love Kappa. It's really comfy. And there's a very high likelihood that I'm going to buy all 3, the home, away, and third, in the next month. So, yeah, that's my shirt.
Has it got any details on it? Is it long?
You have to give us a fashion show.
Normally, we need to give us the full twirl.
Yeah.
I'll give you a twirl.
Look at it. It's got cuffs on it.
Oh, so yeah, it's not like cuffs on it, but if you look carefully, like there's a lovely little pattern on it. But yeah, I haven't got a shirt number or name on the back. I just, I loved it. Just thought, yeah.
Do you know
that in its side?
It is. And the shirt I nearly wore, which is very sort of similar, but it's more similar to Jack's one, was this one, which you will notice some immediate similarities.
Yeah.
In this. Is it gold? Is yours gold on the?
Yeah.
It's got gold. Yeah, gold. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's last season's away or third, I think, for Palermo. The gold badge, and it also has some nice little. This is obviously a Sicilian design on this one, so like a nice little. It's very faint. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up, but yeah, and it's got like gold on the cuff.
It's got some really nice edging on the bottom of the shirt as well, Si, hasn't it?
It does, yeah, down the bottom there. It's like really nice. It's not. It wasn't a cheap shirt though. I will say that much. The other thing is with the Kappa. What size did you have to go a size up, Jack, for the Kappa? Is it?
Do you know what? I went large, and large was absolutely fine. But yeah, I've had a couple of Kappa shirts in the past, and the sizes can be a bit dodgy, can't they?
Yeah, this one's a medium. It's a bit tight on me. And when I went in the shop to buy this one, and the guy's like, "Buy a large because if a medium's not going to fit you," and like I was like, cheers. But other than that, like, but this one absolutely swamps me. So I don't know like what the difference is. I don't know if some of them are like more player fit or what way around it. I mean, this one isn't too tight, it's good. But just getting over the head over was tougher.
Is that the one that you were referencing last week? Is it then
Yes.
in terms of the one that you're buying? Yeah.
I sent you a Twitter DM as well, Tony, of this shirt.
Yeah,
and I was, because obviously you invited me on the show, and like I think 10 minutes before that I bought this.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is fake. This is fake.
Yeah, what we've got cameras in every classic football shirt shop. And it's like, he's in.
Are you starting to follow Vasco da Gama now then, or?
No,
not at all. You just like the shirt.
Not at all. This is the first Brazilian shirt I've ever bought, actually. I bought in 2002. Do you remember the Nike template for the World Cup? I bought the actual Brazil national shirt for that. Them template shirts, wow, they were lovely. But I've never bought a club shirt.
Yeah, I had the USA 2002 shirt on a couple of episodes ago with the white collar, which is great, and like it still fits really, really nicely. I've gone for obviously you can see he's got Palermo. I went with Kappa a couple of weeks ago for a Bursa Sport kit, and I should have gone about 8 sizes bigger, to be honest. We've had some house renovations done in our house, and everything's now smaller bar the house, so I don't understand it, right? But I've gone with 1999 Sunderland home kit. Not mine. I must admit, I had to buy it, so I never had this one originally. All I can imagine is Kevin Phillips doing this about 3 million times that season, just like
running around. Who's in it? Kevin Phillips, Niall Quinn,
Mickey Gray, just Kevin Ball, classic Sunderland, Peter Reid. It's the first year back into the Premiership, so like they won the championship in the first ever season at the Stadium of Light with the shirt that I really wanted, which is the red and white stripe with a big white collar, Lambtons on the front. The kit's made of like Hessian or cardboard or something. It's like the heaviest shirt you're ever going to find. But it's an absolute classic. And then when they came to the Premier League, they got this one again, ASICS again. So just this bit here. So stitched on logo for ASICS, stitched on badge, stitched on little black cat detail as well on the arm.
Oh, I like those kind of details. They're rare from like that period. You didn't get as many details on the shirts like that.
Yeah, exactly. And again, so they had that little bit of detail there. Also, they've got the
nice little badge at the corner. Yeah.
How 90s is that when it says official garment? It's not nicked or anything. It's probably from the shop and that, right? And then also a felt sponsor.
Oh yeah. It looks like the Vincenza badge underneath. Also, when the microphone's in the way, it looks like it might say Rebecca Vardy rather than Reg Vardy. But anyway.
But there's not many sponsors of ASICS nowadays, is there?
There's not really, to be honest, no. But it's got that proper ASICS 90s fit, which I think by definition is fucking huge, really. And this is a large, and this is like they can get another one of me in here quite comfortably. So, I was trying to get a shirt because I went to the playoffs at the back end of last season, and I was like, I could do with getting another like Sunderland kit, and I never managed to get one. I was trying to get the final season at Roker Park one, but they were going for like 80 quid or whatever, and I was like, I can't really justify that for a one-off match. So eBay, an official. So we got a legit one off eBay. But yeah, I thought, you know what, let's pop a bit of Sunderland on there, because why not?
Why not?
Got to go for it. I'm wearing Palermo this week, which is my second team. I spent a bit of time living there. This has been on my wish list for a while. In fact, I wanted to buy it when I was there 2 years ago, and it was like 80 quid in the club store or 90 quid in the club store. And Palermo's one of those teams. It's kind of hard to get in Italy in a sports shop, even in Palermo, because they were Serie C. They're now Serie B, but it's like a pink and white and black camo one. Now, camo ones can be hit and miss, but I quite like this one. The colours of Palermo are kind of cool. It's got like a nice gold badge. It's got a weird colour. I'm not wearing another T-shirt underneath. It's got like, I don't know, it's like very odd. It's like almost like a priest, and then obviously, as always with the Kappas on the sleeve, which will probably come off, I'd imagine. Are the ones on yours sewn on, Jack, or are they prints?
They are actually sewn on, yeah. They're not printed onto the shirt, so this could be...
I think Kappa, especially when they charge so much for these ones, they need to up their game and get them sewn on.
The one I've got, it's all in the shirt. It's all like
Yeah, where it's actually
subliminated, and it's like I can't imagine that they still did printed ones on. That's
the badge is like a rubbery, is like a 3D rubbery one. But
yeah.
Every time I think of Palermo, I think of Kyle Lafferty. Do you remember Kyle Lafferty?
Yeah.
He genuinely played for Palermo.
Yeah, he was there.
Paulo Dybala up front. Wow.
2012, I'd imagine. 2011. Yeah.
In real life, not Football Manager.
No, real life.
Like I don't know, real life.
Unbelievable.
Edison Cavani, Pizarro, probably. I'm trying to remember who else they had.
And Kyle Lafferty.
Lafferty.
Excellent. I love that. Like, and that's like that. But that's what we are known for, isn't it? Like, and Jack yourself, you're in that FM space as well. Like, writing articles. So many. Actually, let's talk first of all before we get into football shirts. Let's talk about the recent one that you've just written about the non-league player that you found in FM that was still playing from Brazil.
Tony. I was looking for. Basically, I'm Chester this season. I'm in the one below the National League North. I was looking for like a dead cheap striker, Smith, all these generic names. Nivaldo popped up, and I was like, nah, this can't be real. This. I just clicked on him, looked at his history, and he'd been to 7 or 8 countries: Ukraine, Belarus. And then he randomly turns up in Bootle one day. I was like, what the? This isn't normal. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a bit of research. Googled his name, and there was barely anything on him. I was like, there must be a story here. So I followed him on Instagram because basically I've been a journo now for 7 years. I'm pretty good at like finding people online. Like I've found Supat Rungratsamy from back in the 0102 days.
That's 100% how I pronounce that name as well.
But yeah, and I messaged him, see if he was up for an interview. Just as a punt, really. I didn't really know what was going on. He was like, yeah, let's do it. A week later, we got on we met in a leisure centre in Liverpool. So random. We got talking, and then he was like, okay, so what happened was I arrived in Bootle because I'd come over from Ukraine. My house was right near the bombings during the war. He fled Ukraine, and he rang his friends, and they said, okay, you should come to England. It's really safe, great for schools, great for your kids. And what little does he know. But came over, and yeah, he's playing in the 8th tier now. It's just the beauty of FM. You find these random people, and I just love this game. I love the game so much.
I mean that story itself, though, that's like absolute madness. Finding like this Brazilian player who plays lower league. But before we get into football shirt talk, you also met the shiny, didn't you? The FM shiny. Let's talk Freddie Adu, and I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to leave it to you. Talk Freddie Adu, and then we'll talk football shirts.
So Freddie, I messaged him on the SportBible account about 4 or 5 years ago, just to see if he was up for an interview. Totally blanked me for years and years. I can vividly remember it in the office. It was a Thursday afternoon, and my phone pinged. I picked my phone up. Freddie Adu finally replied, and I was like, nah, this can't be. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, oh my word. So he spoke from his house in America over Zoom. It was about an hour long. He was the nicest guy ever. And the beauty of it was, finished the interview, and basically in the interview he said that he'd never played FM before, ever. Never played. So I got in touch with Football Manager, and they sent a code over.
Oh.
So I gave it to Freddie, and I said, Freddie, please, whatever, just for me, play this game, see what you think. Don't think he did. Don't think he did. Like, he didn't reply, but
I hope they sent him Football Manager 2007, the one where he's actually like the best player or whatever. Is it? It must be one of the early ones, right?
I think it was earlier than that. I think it was like 2004, maybe.
5 was the first one. 5 was the first one.
Yeah. It might have been that one. But I didn't expect him to be such a nice guy. Because obviously he's been through so much. He's been through... I can't imagine what it would be like. But yeah, he was really nice.
Yeah, I remember just seeing that clip of Freddie going, "It's always the British guys. It's always the British." Like, he loves it. He deep down, he loves it, surely.
He does, deep down. Yeah, he was fantastic.
Oh, excellent stuff. Well, like I say, that's awesome. And of course, we'll link all those stuff in the description below, and we will talk more Football Manager in the future. But we've got you here for football shirts today, Jack. So let's talk about that, right? First things first then, when did this love affair begin? When was the first time you looked at a football shirt and went, "That's not just uniform anymore, is it? That's a thing"?
Do you know what? It was in primary school for me. So I was born in 93. I did get football shirts when I was like really young. Can't remember it. But in primary school, the biggest thing for me is I remember the 2002 World Cup. That was just one of my first proper memories. And again, the Nike template shirts in 2002, they had the same ones, didn't they? They had like Brazil, Netherlands. I had both of them. And that's when I properly fell in love with, not collecting shirts, but they just looked class. One of them with a pair of total 90s. Oh wow, you were the hottest property on the playground, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just pulled it up on the screen here. That 2002 template, Si. Chat us through this while Jack has a little moment to himself.
I mean, I thought I had the 2002 one because I've got this one, which is very close. Actually, I've got a couple of versions of this one. This is the 2004 one. And weirdly, I can remember them playing in this one, but they played this in the Copa America. This was the Copa America shirt. So I remember this shirt because the Euro teams had it. So the Netherlands had it, obviously. I think Portugal as well. Ronaldo had it. Ronaldo had it. That's why. When England played, and Ronaldo did something outrageous as always against England. Those two tournaments, 2004, 2006. So yeah, but I do remember this 2002. This is the one they won, right? Ronaldinho. Yeah. They knocked out England, I think, on the way in Korea. And Ronaldinho.
It was the free kick.
David Seaman. That was it. Yeah, Ronaldinho ruining my life once again because he also did it with a free kick against Pompey in 2009. But which is a match probably no one thought they'd see. Ronaldinho playing against Portsmouth, but it did happen. I promise. And Pompey were winning up until he came on. But yeah, you can imagine Ronaldo with the little triangle haircut. Like there's just some really iconic things about that Brazil team. Roberto Carlos, Cafu must have been in there. Some great players.
And as well,
question. Sorry,
go on, Tony.
I was going to say, quick question. Which one do we prefer? I'm guessing I probably know the answer, but the yellow or the blue away kit?
Oh, I actually prefer
because I think that goes unnoticed as like a real elite level Brazil.
Who do you see in that shirt straight away?
Ronaldinho smashing it in from the halfway line.
Exactly. Yeah, I can see Cafu in it as well for some reason. But Cafu and Ronaldinho, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but then any other player in Brazilian yellow just looks right, doesn't it? But Ronaldinho in Brazilian blue looks perfect.
Unbelievable. And and in that World Cup, I had an Argentina shirt as well in that World Cup. This is obviously the Argentina shirt, and I had long blonde hair, so. Obviously, Batistuta wasn't blonde, but I loved his long hair. I had the headband. I just thought I was him. And
nice.
That just reminds me of that. Yeah.
There's the thing with Brazil, right? Okay, and we'll this is something we're probably going to talk about a bit later on, but we'll come to it now, actually, right? There's a Brazil shirt. So I had the Brazil shirt from the 98 Euros, Euro 98, the proper R9
World Cup
round World Cup. So yeah, with the round collar.
They didn't play in the Euros.
You know what I mean? Look, I'm on the hot toddies, right? A lot of what I say tonight might either be litigious or incorrect, right? With the round collar and then like the green bit detail down the side and the cuffs. Massive shirt. I had that. I don't know where that is anymore now. That's gone. I can't get that shirt back.
Where's it gone? Have you got any idea where it went?
I think my mum's done some tidying after I moved out and may have donated it to the local bin lorry. So it's not even. So it's not. I don't even think it's gone to a charity shop. I think it's literally just been put in a bag and gone. But yeah, I had that the Nike one, which just again that's a proper iconic Brazil shirt. You remember that final, of course, the final that Ronaldo was famously shouldn't really have played. But they did, and they got him through. But this Brazil template here, I never had this Brazil template. But I'm looking at it now, and all I'm remembering is just R9 coming back and showing the world that he was the guy again.
That's it. Unbelievably that he came back from that knee injury. Was the doctors were saying, "Oh, your career's over. You're pretty much done," and he comes back and does that. Oh, silly.
I think the numbering on this shirt makes it a lot. Like the numbering in the letters, the style of it, like the little, there's a little curve to all the numbers. Like you can just see it there on that 18. Like
that shirt you've got though, that was 2 years older, the one with the circle around the number. I love that.
Yeah, that one.
Really
I've actually got. I got this in Brazil. I went there. I went into a Nike store. Now, in a lot of the stores, everything's in Brazilian reals. I think it's reals or pesos. Reals, I think, in Brazil. Or Brazilian. No, I can't. Someone will correct me in the comments on what the currency is. That's what the internet loves to do, correcting people. So I was in Brazil, and in the Nike shop, like it said like 80, and I was like, that's cheap. That's like $20. I'm gonna get 4 of them. One for all my family. So I got Ronaldinho, I got Roberto Carlos, I got Ronaldo for myself because Ronaldo was actually the bigger player at the time, and I got Cafu, I think was the 4th one, and I got to the till, and it turned out it was in American dollars, so it was a lot more expensive than I had planned. And I was too embarrassed to back out at that point, so it cost me quite a bit of money. But yeah, I mean, looking back, they're probably worth a little bit now. I can't find my Ronaldo one. The 2 I've got here, I've got Ronaldinho and Roberto Carlos is on the rack somewhere. Are the 2 that I gave to my brother and my stepdad, but I asked for them back last year. that was like, yeah, well, I didn't. I was like, you haven't still got those shirts in the attic, have you? And my mom was like, yes. Do you want them? Yes, please. I will have those very prestigious 2002 Brazil shirts or 2004 Brazil shirts back, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what? Let's ask that question now, then, Jack. Is there anything that you've lost and you're really good about?
Do you know what? Yeah. So if I go this way, see that there?
Yeah.
Barcelona 99-2000 centenary away shirt. I had that when I was a kid, and I lost it. I think the same as you, Tony. My mum chucked it out, one of them. So I went on Classic Football Shirts a couple of years ago and bought it again because it's one of my favourite shirts. There it is. It's so nice. Do you know what though? It's a bit too small for me. I've grown out a bit here, and I need to lose a few pounds to fit back in it. But yeah, it's so nice.
Have you got long sleeve or short sleeve?
You know what? I prefer short sleeve on that one.
Xavi, I just get Xavi in my head with that one.
I see Rivaldo.
Rivaldo, yeah.
I was going to say Nivaldo then, not Nivaldo from
Bootle. yeah, just rocking around Bootle in his Barcelona kit. Because the thing is that there's a few shirts like from when I'm a kid and that I kind of like go, you know what? Yeah, fine, they're gone. Like I'm never going to fit in them. Like obviously I had the shirt at the time, and it would have been like, I can sit and talk all day about the amount of Hummel kits that I had. Like when I was a kid, and these shirts that I were going for like a couple £100 if they're adult sizes, I'd have to try and buy them again. But they're kid shirts. Of course, I'm never going to fit in them. But that Brazil shirt that sits on the pile of, oh God, I can't believe. Like, can you pull that one up actually, just for the viewers obviously to sort of remember exactly which Brazil shirt I'm on about, and then I'm going to tell you another one which I've lost. Which year?
Sorry,
so it was the 1998.
Oh yeah, sure.
Brazil shirt. And then there's another one, which is, I remembered it literally while I was in the shower before we started this this record. I was like, I wonder what other shirt I forgot. And it was the Spain Euro 96 shirt. So I'll just pull the Brazil shirt up now. So this is the Brazil shirt. So this is it here. Literally R9. You shouldn't imagine any other player in this shirt other than R9 Ronaldo doing his thing with the greatest boots of all time as well. The blue and silvers. So yeah, that's my guy.
Could be the nicest Brazil shirt of all time, I reckon.
It's class. It's even better than the USA '94 one, isn't it? And that's That's brilliant, but that's proper class.
There's a simplicity to them. They've got a nice colour scheme, to be fair. That yellow and green is so iconically Brazil, other than perhaps Ghana also play in the same colour. But, no one's going, oh, that's the iconic Ghana. It's Brazil, isn't it?
But for me, though, it's not the yellow. It's not the yellow and green that stands out on a Brazil kit, because you're right about the fact that it's an iconic colour scheme. For me, it's the beauty of the blue shorts and the white socks. That, for me, that's what makes Brazil. Not the yellow and green shirt, the fact that it's paired with blue shorts and white socks. It just stands out. No one else does that.
No, you're right.
It has like a carnival feel, doesn't it? It's like all the colours, but bright colours, lots of, and you imagine in Brazil, the flair players that they had, the quick players, the silky players, the skill players, even now, it's something that just makes it Brazil.
Yeah, Jack, it almost looks like they're wearing, because I guess if we look at it like with modern eyes now, Jack, like we'd say, right, okay, yellow and green shirt, and then on the shorts, you'd expect presumably green with yellow piping, and then yellow socks with green piping. But it's blue with white piping and white with blue. But it's just like they've literally went, right, that's your home shirt. Just wear your away kit underneath, and then Taffarel, do whatever you want in goal.
Do you know what? They're not as bold as they used to be. Like nowadays, it's so. I do find it quite boring, all the templates. And back then, I just feel like they were more adventurous to just get away with it. I think it's.
Let's get the 2022 one. It's all blue, you see. There's not the white.
There's
on
nothing special about that, is there?
I mean, it's still drawing on, like, it still has that colour scheme of the blue, the yellow. There's not much of the green, but there's a little bit of the green. But yeah, it is very Nike template, round collar, sleeve done, badge.
That shirt's not going to go down in history, is it? You're not going to be like 20 years down the line and be like, oh, do you remember the 2022 Brazil kit? And what did it look like? It was just yellow and green, wasn't it? Like,
because they didn't do very well, probably is why. Maybe the 2022 Argentina kit might.
Maybe we're just all nostalgic merchants, so maybe we're just dead nostalgic. I'm a massive nostalgia nerd. I can't help it. I just am. Yeah,
I think that's.
I did like their jackets last year. Actually, their jackets last year. Look at that jacket.
That is nice.
Like that's and that shirt as well. I don't know what that shirt is. There must be the pre-match one. See, if they'd have gone with that, I think they've added the electricity on there.
Well, they've got that blackout shirt as well, haven't they? And it was like quite a controversial kit that Brazil had a black away shirt. And I think they've never had one before, and they have one for a very, very short space of time. And then it's not. Like, I think you've properly got to go for it. I mean, look at that number scheme there. You've properly got to go for it. There's a black Brazil away kit that is like super rare. If you can find it, it's worth an absolute fortune.
I think there was something political about it, right? This one.
Yeah.
This one. Or was this that's a fake one?
It's that one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Might be that.
Oh, that's nice. I like
that. But the Spain shirt side I was on about, if you just jump into the Spain 96.
Spain 96.
Home shirt, yeah. Look at that. The red one with the blue patch down the side and then the 3 yellow stripes. I had that.
You must be paying a good whack for that now on Classic Football Shirts.
I think that's in the new Adidas Retro range, but they are also a fair whack. They're like 90 quid for basically what are approved score draws. But, I mean, I don't mind those as much. They're better than the score draws because at least you get the right manufacturer on them and stuff. But yeah, I think it's in the new re-releases, but you would be paying a lot for an original. Although national team shirts do tend to go a bit cheaper, I think because they're often selling larger quantities than your Man Uniteds or your Chelseas or whatever. Well, probably maybe not your Man United and Chelsea, but most teams they sell in larger quantities now. So, like England shirts, for example, the prices on them really fluctuate. So when right before a national tournament, all the retro England price shirts go up, and then right afterwards they dip massively. Even the older ones.
Just a quick shout out to Classic Football Shirts. Then, can the France shirts please take a massive dip from the 300 quid that they currently are?
You need them to be doing badly. Actually. When they start doing badly, no one will be interested in buying any of them, and that's when they'll take the dip. Well, you need to get onto Classic Football Shirt. I don't know how to say that in French. I didn't pay attention in French.
Try it again. Literally, try it again and see how long it takes you to work out Classic Football and shirt. Because one of the words just say an accent. At least.
They use the word football, right? I don't know what the word is.
Foot. So it's foot. So Classic foot, and then shirt.
It's got to start with this caminette or something.
Jack, do you want to have a go?
Absolutely not. Like, I didn't do French at school. I did German.
Yeah, I did German as well.
Yeah,
I did French
tell.
for a little
You
while,
tell.
but I did German.
Oh man, right. So okay, so the
I thought you were going to tell us what it is, Tony.
Of course not.
Oh, you're putting it on us as if you're
Classique foot gourmet.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So obviously that Brazil shirt, then that's iconic. That's your like. That's the moment that you zoned in. We started talking about that Barcelona shirt there as well. That of course was like a one that you've sort of like done a bit of a pilgrimage for. I mean, what else? What else? If you were to sort of like start piecing together like other things that you've got in the house that you're like, I love this one. This is like, oh, so glad I've got this.
Do you know what? All of my shirts are back home in Cumbria. So I'm originally from Cumbria, and I live in Manchester now because of my job. But all my kid shirts from when I was like from when I was like young to 13, 14 are all back home in Cumbria. But I've got a few here if you want me to bring them out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So the first one, this is random as so random. A QPR home shirt from the 2014-15 season, but it's not just any old QPR shirt. It's signed by Harry Redknapp. You see it here.
Oh, Harry.
With the worst signature of all time. You can't even tell it's him. You kind of bit.
He had a very short there, didn't he? Was he director of football even? He wasn't even manager, I think.
Yeah, I think he was manager, you know.
I think it was Birmingham he did director for. We didn't have many jobs post Spurs.
Yeah, so I got that. I won it in a competition, actually. I was at uni. I was doing some free work for a website called 90 Min. Have you heard of 90 Min?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I wrote a big feature, and they said, "Oh, that's great. That you've won the competition." And I got a signed Harry Redknapp shirt. I was like, "Okay, fair enough. Can't wear that because if I put it in the wash, Harry's lovely signature will be gone." Second shirt, LAFC's last season's LAFC shirt.
Oh, is it a blackout with gold? That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I buy shirts not because they look good per se. I like to remember a moment, like say. So, for example, that LAFC shirt. I went to a game last season. Giorgio Chiellini. I messaged him on DMs. I said, "I don't suppose you got a couple of free tickets for the LAFC game?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll sort you out." So I went to the LAFC. Who did they play? Well, I can't remember now, but I remember Gareth Bale came off the bench and had like a 2-minute cameo. He was terrible, but that's another one.
Chiellini's great. I don't know if you've seen this week in the football shirt world. He's done a video with Ellis Platten, and he turns up with the Man United Roy Keane shirt.
Yeah,
just to wind Ellis Platten up.
I was watching that this morning actually. Ellis is smashing it, man. He's doing so well.
Beckham, now Chiellini. He's doing well. We'll have to get him on, Tony.
Well, yeah. We'll certainly reach out. Ellis, if you're listening, I'm sure you are. Like, you know.
Yeah, so third shirt is a United 99 the 99 shirt. Obviously, the won the treble with that one. That just holds so many memories for me as a kid. Watching that on the telly, oh my word! I used to my family support United. My local team's Carlisle, but I supported United growing up, and I can remember vividly watching that Bayern United game, the '99 final, and I went upstairs crying because I thought they'd lost, and my dad shouted, "They've scored! They've scored!" And I ran downstairs, and then 10 seconds later, 2-1. Couldn't believe it. But that's not for the look of the shirt. It's more the memories that shirt has for me.
It's a great United shirt. But again, from that match, though, it's a great Bayern Munich away kit as well. That's a massively under-discussed Bayern shirt, that grey with the maroon as well.
Yeah. Go inside, pull it up.
Oh, right.
Actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to talk about things as well. So obviously, Man United, right? Here's the link, right? Man United, iconic sponsors, Sharp, right? You're talking there about Carlisle, Jack. Were they Eddie Stobbart vans?
Yeah, Eddie Stobbart.
Yeah. Oh,
because Eddie Stobbart's originally from
Carlisle, isn't he?
So,
yeah. Look at these buying kits. There was these. It was this grey one here, isn't it, with the maroon sleeves? That was the away kit they wore.
One.
On that day. But that's a cracking Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have had some great kits. Like, think what you want to think about Bayern Munich, but they've had some belting kits as well, haven't they?
They have.
Throughout the day.
They must have had 2 kits that season because they've got that listed as an away kit as well.
It's a stunner as well.
It's nice. It's nice.
I've got another shirt for you as well. Another Sharp classic.
Oh yeah.
It was the yellow 99-2000 goalkeeper shirt. I had it in a long sleeve. If you Google that one, oh my word, the material, like every time you wore it, you sweated buckets because the material was just really bizarre. Like back then, like the United shirts were typically like this.
That one
Roy
Carroll,
99-2000.
Taibbi.
Do you know Raymond van der Hau? Do you remember him?
Van der Hau, yes.
Yeah.
Massimo Taibbi. That's Massimo Taibbi.
That's Taibbi.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Yeah. So I remember playing in the local sports centre with that on all the time.
I think my brother had that as well, and it absolutely stunk. Because it was a weird material, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it stunk to high heavens, that kit.
It did. It really did.
It looks really thick. Is it
honestly
thick?
Some of United's kits throughout the years? Do you remember that reversible one? It was like basically one
blue or
side was gold and the other side was white. So basically, whenever I spilled some dinner over my shirt, like I was like, "Oh, quick! I'll put it inside out." And my mum was like, "Oh, absolutely fine." There it is, 2002, I think.
That's actually great. That was a thing at the time. There was an England one. I think the 2004 England one was reversible. Because I remember getting it and I picked it up and I was like, wait, what's happened to the badge? Have I bought a fake one? It wasn't. It was like the reverse of the actual. Like, because on the inside, it was just the St. George's Cross, but if
you think about it, that was proper revolutionary back then. Like, that blew my little mind, that one.
Yeah.
It really did. I was like,
reversible.
We were with Mikel Sylvestre for that one.
I'm still waiting for someone to do a shirt. You know, you ever seen the kids' shirts with the sequins? When you push it one way, you get the image, and when you push it the other way, you get another image.
Yeah.
Someone's going to do that with a football shirt sooner or later. Maybe the sponsor, you can just change the sponsors at half time.
But do you agree that Sharp was one of the best sponsors for United?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, Vodafone looks fine. Like, yeah, I'll take that as well. That's kind of a one that you sort of could associate with. TeamViewer, not so much, but Sharp's just, it's like iconic. There's like Sharp for Man United, JVC for Arsenal, there's Carlsberg for Liverpool. There's just certain shirts that just have to have. Holston has to be on the front of the Tottenham shirt, or Packard Bell, like either of those.
Yeah. O2 on an Arsenal one as well.
Yeah.
Or Sega. I mean, there's something about video game companies on football shirts that's always like kind of cool. So obviously the Nintendo Fiorentina one is very, very popular. But the Arsenal, Sega, I think LAFC, is it LAFC or the other LA team? One of them had Microsoft on one of them. No, Seattle had Microsoft.
Seattle, wasn't it? Yeah. No, they have Xbox. They had the Xbox logo, didn't they?
Juventus had PlayStation at some point, and Sony. So there's been some really good ones over the years.
Yeah. What about sponsorship that looks wrong? Because that's a thing. It's sometimes we're taught there. I mean, Reg Vardy, classic Sunderland sponsor, local company. Eddie Stobbart, local company. Like, there's certain shirts that just look right. Newcastle with the blue star looks right. The beer mat looks right. But then you get some ones that just slaps on. It's like local gambling institution.
All the gambling ones right now. All of the gambling
generic
ones
crypto company.
Yeah,
I was about to say that the gambling ones. I think there's a big discussion around it. I don't think they should be sponsoring football shirts, in my opinion. I think it should.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the Roma and the Inter Milan kits from 2 years ago. Yeah, these ones. the digital bits, and digital bits went bankrupt. So they were on all the Roma shirts and all the Inter shirts. Thankfully, because they went back, or they went out, they didn't pay, basically. They didn't pay either of the teams. So both teams were out of quite a bit of money. But thankfully, it led to like some quite nice. I've got a few Inter shirts that are sponsorless because of it. And you also get the Roma 2023 kit, which for a while had the Roman Senate as like it's not a real sponsor. So it looks kind of it's the initials of the Roman, the Roman Empire or whatever across the shirt, and that's a classic Roman.
Who are Watford sponsored by at the moment? That's a gambling company, isn't it? I think
you're really testing my Googling skills today.
Roma's shirt sponsor has, however, subsequently been replaced with a Saudi company. So it's gone from being like, we have no sponsor to okay,
Mr. Q. It's probably betting, isn't it? Are they? They haven't banned the betting shirts just yet.
That was the one. Steak.
Yeah, they did have steak. So I think
Everton
as
well.
Mr. Q now.
Everton have got them, haven't they?
Yeah, Everton have them. Quite a few clubs had steak.
Let's go back to the old Sheffield Wednesday, Mr. Tom, the peanut bar sponsor. That's what I want to see on the front. I want to see like odd sponsors, like Greg's sausage rolls, or
You're starting to get some strange ones in non-league. I tell you, one of my favorite, the Welsh manufacturers, Tour Sports. One of their, and they obviously, I've got the Goldie Looking Chain sponsored shirt, and they've got a load of Tiny Rebel sponsored shirts. But one of the ones they did this year is this. Now, what do you think to that? It's a non-league team. I think because it's a non-league team, you can get away with it. Subway sponsored.
It's a bit like that sausages one in it that we looked at last week from up by our way. But what you reckon, Jack? Is it the colour scheme that's blending in a little bit too much?
That's not the one that, in my opinion, that would make me feel hungry while I'm playing. I'd be like, I fancy a meatball marinara now,
See, if you got a Greg's one, it would be like that, wouldn't it? That's what you'd end up with. You'd end up with the Greg's logo plastered all over the shirt. That's an Albion Rovers shirt, which actually are Albion Rovers
of Scotland.
Yeah. So Tour Sports are branching out. Good news. We want them to do more than just Welsh shirts. Get them into the other leagues because they make some cracking shirts. Maybe not this one. Maybe this one's a miss. But I mean, I like the adventurousness of it. They've obviously got sponsored by Subway. They've made a great shirt. They've got some like a load of Tiny Rebel ones, which is one of my favorite breweries. Like they did a Club Tropical one. I actually won this week in a competition. I won 3 football shirts this week.
Yeah, let's talk about this week.
You and Jack was talking about winning a shirt. I've won 3 football shirts and a pair of tracky bottoms. I won this one from another football podcast, I think, from a guy called Kit Kingdom. So go give him a follow on Twitter. And they do another football shirt podcast. But I won that Tiny Rebel shirt. And then I was on Whatnot. If you're not using Whatnot, use one of our links down below and you'll get a bit of credit. Somewhere between 10 and 200. I can't be specific because I don't decide, but you will get some credit that you can spend on football shirts or Pokemon cards, whatever you like. But it's like an auction site. And I was on it all Friday night on Black Friday because all the football shirt sellers were on and they were raiding into each other. Like like on Twitch, you raid into each other afterwards. They were all raiding into each other. So every time, and they all do giveaways. So every time a giveaway came up, I entered it. And I ended up winning 3 football shirts. No, 2 football shirts. I won. So the Chelsea one's a fake damaged one. So, okay. Like he said he can't sell it, so he's giving it away. And then I won a 2002 Manchester United shirt with Beckham 7 on the back, which that's like that. I mean, that's good. I think it had like a tiny tear in it or something, but I don't care. Like I'm not a Man United fan. But that's like that'll go in the vault for a while, and then I finally won a 1992 pair of AC Milan tracksuit bottoms. So we'll see what they're like. It's hit and miss with things from that era, isn't it? Like they could be the most uncomfortable polyester things in the world, or they could just be really well made. So we'll see what they're like when they arrive as well. I don't know what was going on. I must be the luckiest man in the world. I should have entered the lottery or something this week. But yeah, I just won
the football shirt lottery, Si. You don't need the actual money lottery. Come on, greedy Mr. Maggio. Yeah. Speaking of money though, say you did win the lottery, Jack. Say you won the lottery. Say we won the lottery. Size numbers have come in, right? We're gonna give you a stack of cash, and you can buy the football shirt. The shirt that you need for your collection. Which one is it?
Do you know what? I think it's going to be, I'd go into classic football shirts next to my office, 20-second walk. I'd walk in there. There's a long sleeve Real Madrid this season's Real Madrid shirt with Bellingham on the back. It's just really, really nice. I don't want to spend 500, 600 quid.
No, it's our money. It's our money. You can spend.
I know, but I feel tight. It's only 100 quid. Well, I say only, but I just think it's really nice, and I feel like Bellingham's making a. Yeah, I just think it's really smart. I love. It reminds me. Do you remember them Joga Bonito videos that used to they used like Zlatan and Ronaldo used to do, in like 2005-06? They used to wear these like jackets, and they had exactly the same sleeves as them with them Adidas.
The stripe all the way,
right down the. I just think it's really nice.
I love the cuffs. I must admit, I love the cuffs at the bottom of the long sleeve.
I do.
Like, oh my word! I've just seen how much Real Madrid are charging for a shirt. 105. Yikes. Well, maybe you do need the lottery for the Real Madrid kits.
You do. But yeah. Have you ever been to a classic football shop before?
Yes.
I haven't. Si's been to a few. We nearly went to one actually when we went in London over the summer.
If we weren't too hungover. we were invited to Sports Interactive, and there was an open bar. So there was a lot of drinks, and someone decided at the end of the night to get loads of Jägermeisters and all out. So we definitely didn't see much of the next day. But yeah, I've been to the one in London, and also they do pop-ups. So I've been to the pop-up when it popped up in Birmingham as well.
Yeah, I've been to the one in London, and there's obviously one in Manchester now, and they do the most recent shirts on the top
Manchester
floor.
One's been there for a while, but they've moved. That's why you've probably seen it. They've got a bigger store now.
There's loads of nice shirts downstairs, like the pricey ones, like the 90s shirts, and as you say, there's a bar down there as well, and they've got like filled out sticker books from the 90s and noughties, and I was there for about 20 minutes just flicking, because as I say, I'm a big nostalgia merchant. And I was just like, oh, this is fantastic. I better get back to work now. Jeez.
I had a couple hours.
It'd only be an hour away. So
if you got a couple hours to kill in London or in Manchester, because they've got the bar there, you can just go in, sit in the bar, and when you finish your drink, go browse the shirts for a little bit, go back, have another drink, and they often have like an old game on the telly, or they've got like, I think the one in London, they've got a PS2 with like old FIFAs on the go, or they got a couple of magazines on the table, and there's always people like going, you like even just people watching, you like watch people come in the shop, and you're like, right, what shirts are they going to go look at? Oh, they're looking at the Burnley shirts. I didn't expect that. And, then actually they were sponsored by classic football shirts, but you like wonder what they're going to support. And you get, because it's the London one's great because you get all the foreign tourists as well. You see Italians come in and looking at like, oh my word, there's like a Napoli shirt from 1993. And they're like looking at it. And then they see the price obviously on some of the 1993 shirts, but it's really good. Like even just to browse. I always pick up stuff when I'm in there. There's always some stuff that's reasonably priced. I know they've got some stuff that's very expensive, but they always have some stuff down. I've even picked up shirts as low as 10, 15 quid in there. So they definitely have like something for everyone. We're not sponsored by them. I sound like I'm sponsored by them there.
So Tony, can I spend £300-400? Is that all right?
Of course you can. Yeah. Spend whatever you want. Like honestly, we write a blank check at this point.
All right.
I think was it last episode. Trek wanted the USA '94 Baggio shirt from when he missed the penalty. So that's not gonna be 100 quid, is it? Let's be honest. That's gonna cost a few quid.
Funnily enough, I'm gonna go from 1994. I'm gonna go for the Romania away shirt. Oh my word, it's unbelievable. It's like red with like blue and yellow stripes. You got it?
Yes.
Oh,
this thing.
Yeah, that's really nice. That one. I like the collar on it. I really like the collar. But yeah, I think if you're giving me a full whack, I'm gonna go for that one.
That's class. I'm surprised you went with the red rather than the yellow, like because that's just Georgie Hadjiel with. For red, I imagine Florin Radichoyu. But the red, that color scheme's brilliant. That Adidas template for the USA '94 World Cup, like Romania, Sweden, Norway, the Norway kit from that year, they didn't qualify for the World Cup, I don't think, but it's like red with navy blue sleeves, and then they've got the white and blue coming up as well. It's just brilliant, isn't it?
It is. It's stunning. It's really nice. Yeah, I don't remember the Norway one actually.
So I pulled the Norway up.
I was trying to get a list of them all, but it's giving me a load of Rangers kits. That's a great choice, Jack. That.
Yeah. That is nice.
That's good, isn't it?
I think that even might be better than the Romania one.
It's a double badger as well sometimes. So
it's the badge on the
Norwegian
left.
Federation. And then
how much do you reckon you pay for one of them now?
Oh, you're not getting much change out of a couple £100. Easy. There's a guy I follow on Instagram. He's a Norwegian football shirt collector, and it's funny you should mention this 94 template. He posted last week. He owns most of them, and he just had them all laid out. I was like, oh man, like they were all stunners, absolute stunners.
I'm trying to see if you don't get that. You don't get anything like that nowadays, do you?
No.
I sound like an old man here, but look at it. It's just so nice.
It's 110. It's not too bad, actually.
Extra large.
Yeah. Often they're like, oh, it's available. Oh, extra large only. Oh, 10% off. There you go. It's only 100 or 199.
Bargain, right? We're doing this now. But I tell you what, if you just click back just for 2 seconds on that page, right? And this is what you're almost saying there, Jack. You don't get shirts like this anymore. This is just Adidas. Look at these different Adidas styles that you're not going to see anything like that anymore these days. The Germany one, the big like 3 stripes coming down in that Norway one. Of course, the iconic Liverpool, the Arsenal ones. I mean, out of those, Jack, what's your favourite? What's jumping out at you? That Argentina, the Maradona with the.
Even though I don't like Liverpool at all, but that candy one, that's really nice. I feel like that's the iconic Liverpool shirt, isn't it? That is the iconic Liverpool shirt.
Yeah, that green away kit as well. They have the same. It's just like stunning, isn't it?
It's such a. What was Candy?
Candy, the dishwasher company.
Yeah, it was
they made dishwashers.
Electronics. Yeah, and fridges, and I think I had like in a rented house. I once had a Candy fridge, and it was like I was like, "What the hell is this brand?" It's like falling apart from the 90s. Just different bits. I think they used to do a lot of the dishwashers in laundrettes. If you ever went in a laundrette, they were all Candy ones, I think.
That Adidas logo as well is very nice.
Is that your favourite Adidas logo? Is it the leaf?
Yeah, definitely. The Adidas original, definitely. Yeah. I just think it just looks classy.
Yeah. What about you, Si? Do you like the leaf or do you like the 3 stripes?
Ooh, it's tough, isn't it? The 3 stripes. There's something iconic about the 3 stripes. I don't know. Like, why did they switch or do they just alternate them? You don't see that one much anymore. Maybe on the boots, the shoes sometimes, but.
Am I right in saying Adidas means all day I dream about sport? Or is that a myth?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. If you change the word sport for something that ending in EX, then
for another pastime that's more of a less of a group activity.
I think it's a myth, but it's been used. The other version has been used as an acronym before. I think there's a Corn song or something.
Corn song as well but weren't they? Because again, weren't they created by Adidasler? I believe is that the.
Yes,
that's how the story goes. But I mean, to be honest, it could be anything. Again, a lot of what I'm going to say on this podcast, it doesn't have to be true. Like, just.
I mean, in a couple of weeks, we'll get someone factual on. We'll see if we can find out.
Yeah,
Adolf Dassler. Now that's the first name you don't hear very often anymore, is it? Adolf Dassler. That's your answer. He was a German cobbler.
I was fed a lie at school, and someone told me that.
Okay, I'm gonna go slightly off piste here then, right? Because Jack, again, I reckon you're in this world. We're talking Adidas Predators. Which one's your favorite one?
So I had a pair of gold and white Preds. I think they were from Kenmare. Used to wear them.
Johnny Shorf Preds, right? Okay, fine.
Oh my word! Yeah, I used to get a lot of like slide tackles in Sunday League with them and with them on. But yeah, I think obviously the fold over tongue, iconic. I think there was actually I read something the other day that they were coming back the fold over tongue.
So Trent Alexander-Arnold, at the time of recording yesterday's match, Liverpool Man City, he wore a white pair with the fold over tongue. And of course, everyone made a big like, "Oh my god, these are coming back!" And they're on their way back. Apparently, the fold over tongue. Predators.
I was amazed to learn that Predators aren't even the big boot anymore. When I was a kid, it was always like Predators. Everyone's got to get Predators. And when I bought those Brazil shirts, that wasn't the only thing I got stung in the Nike it was an Adidas shop for the. I went to an Adidas shop as well. It must have just been a sports shop because I bought the Predators as well, thinking that they were in Brazilian reals, and they weren't. They were in dollars as well. So yeah, I got a pair of Predators then, and then I lost the stud. And they always had, this was something that always annoyed me, is you can see the studs on the bottom. They were like these long thin ones, so you could only buy the official studs. Because I don't know if you ever had football boots before that. You used to get like the ones that you could screw in. You could buy any brand basically that you could screw them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. And you had to change them at school if you were playing rugby, because rugby had the metal ones and football had to have the plastic ones. You had to have metal for rugby because the plastic ones were too sharp or whatever it was.
You used to be allowed to have capped studs as well. They came in, so you'd start off with screw-in plastics. God, I'm proper old here, right? So what we used to do, we used to have wooden studs first, all right? So you'd have plastic studs first. Then they had capped studs, which has a little piece of metal on the top, so the as you're walking through the change rooms. Then they went to full metal studs, and then they went to molds back again. And then, of course, blades came out, which, Si, if you just pull up the first Predator, because we had these. I didn't have them at the time, but again, like thinking about this, because again, some of our listeners might not remember even the idea of where it's that bottom one there at 25-year-old Predators.
1994 must have been.
The Adidas Predator football boot, invented by Craig Johnston, former Liverpool player, an Australian player, struggled to work out how to volley the ball better and came up with this, just football boots with teeth on, which were insane. But imagine trying to do keepy uppies with them. Wild, right? Like they're 94. You've just been born in 93, Jack. This was revolutionary when we had these at school.
That's mental. I remember, isn't it mad looking back? Them metal blades were allowed, because they would have hurt big time. If you dug one of them into your leg. Jeez.
Oh, you had to have, for rugby, you had to have the metal ones. You weren't allowed plastic because the plastic would wear away and get sharp. The metal was actually quite durable. Yeah. So plastic actually turned out to be worse for injuries.
My favourite Adidas boots, if I had to decide, were them F50 Spiders. Do you remember them ones? They were like blue and black F50 Spiders. Yeah, I just felt so comfortable in them ones.
Is it like these?
Oh, that's the one, yeah.
White.
Oh, okay.
I had them one, but in blue and white. See that blue? The blue and black ones.
The bottom half of
they were my favourites, definitely. They just
nice. Again, I think there's an episode of this size, isn't it? Like we've said, there's an episode of goalkeeper shirts. There's definitely an episode of football boots as well, I reckon.
Yeah,
because again, the underappreciated art of the noble football boot, I think.
I mean, there are football boot collectors out there, much like there are football shirt collectors, but it's one that I don't quite understand as much, because you can't just go out in a pair of football boots. But you can't wear football boots around the house because you just tear up your carpets or scratch if you've got hardwood floor. It's not going to be much help. So
again, we'll have to ask, when can you wear a pair of football boots? That'll be part of
on a football
Can you wear them
pitch.
to your wedding? Yes. No. Can you wear them? Should you wear them for your first dance? Probably not.
Unless you get an indoor version first
of all, of course. So interesting little diversion there with football boots chat. Should we talk what we actually meant to get you in about? To be honest, we've chatted for about an hour and went, oh god, we've gone off on piste a bit. You've written a piece recently, Jack, about AI football kits. Now, again, Si, I'll let you do the business. I'll let you lead on this one for Jack.
Sure. Well, it was actually sent in from
AI.
Friend of the show, Brian Cook. Very, very happy with your shirt last week, by the way, Tony.
He loves it,
happy with both. He was happy with the large display of lower league American football on show last week. I think we had 3 or 4 shirts in total that were lower league, not non-league, but not MLS. So yes, Brian sent this in to us, but it was something that we'd actually planned to do this week anyway. So it was kind of interesting. So I thought we'd start with this. So some people have been asking AI to design some shirts. Jackie, you also did an article on this over on SportBible, and I think there is another article on SportBible. Some of these you might have seen before, but I'm sort of I want you to give me your thoughts. Like, first thing, what you think of these shirts, good or bad, on each of these. So I like so this was a selection of the ones that Brian sent in. Now, just tell me if any of these stand out to you as ones that you would wear, because these are teams that we probably aren't familiar with. So I'll get to teams we're familiar with in a moment. But I thought these ones were like chaotic. You know, this New York kit. I actually quite like that one.
I like that. Yeah, it's
That's
nice.
all right, actually. Yeah,
like black, yellow, and gold. Like, I mean, this is black, white, and gold. It's got like a nice design to it.
Just scroll back.
I'm not so sure.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not so sure about that.
Just scroll 1 second with that. Those blue. Is it a flying pig? Is it?
Yeah. What team is this? This is Queen City Football Club. Do they have a flying pig? Yeah, they do. They have flying pigs on. They actually have flying pigs on their badges. So that's Queen City Football Club. I think that's not actually even on the shirt. So AI might have missed the mark on that. That is a boar. That is not a pig.
No.
But yeah. So
I've seen a dog one before. That I like the dog one.
Well, there might be some very similar to dogs that we'll get to. But actually, I quite like this one. So this team is called the Seagulls. That's like. And I like that it's just given a football for the badge. So anyway, so that was the
chubby goals.
Yeah. We have. Is this Inter Milan or Inter Miami? But this is Black Herons United. But they've got like an Inter Milan feel to them. I actually quite like that. That one.
I think that's my favourite so far. That one, not that one. The next one, on the right hand side. Yeah.
And then
Omaha Social Club. Yeah, I bring the Omaha Social Club. Actually, that I might wear that.
The Yacht Smashers. I like that's the name of the actual team, the Yacht Smashers. So yes,
go up on their side to the
which one?
To the yellow ones there. This Omaha Social Club. I think
there's a Wednesday feel about that, isn't there?
I think I'd probably wear something like there's a couple of them there, isn't there? Maybe there.
It reminds me of Oxford United's shirt a bit.
Yeah,
of Oxford.
So. I will share some other ones with you.
Quite smart as well, actually, underneath. There's a bit of retro on that V-neck collar. Just quite good. Sorry, I'm just getting myself ever so slightly distracted here. Going.
So the first ones I've got, this one's gone for futuristic AI kits. So there's some big clubs. So what do you think to this Real Madrid? Sometimes the badges will be a little.
I think there's too much going on there, Si, to be honest.
Yeah, I think like the gold panel, it's like a very shiny gold, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like all right, okay.
So I feel like they might do that after they've won their 30th Champions League or something. Either that, or they'd get some wrestler to wear it in AEW. Maybe
it does feel like a lucha. Like you can imagine someone in a white and gold, Mexican wrestling.
Andrade would wear that. Maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
Rey Mysterio would pull that off big time.
100%. Yeah. For when they have that link up.
We got Barcelona with what looks like a very like Arabian inspired style.
I quite like that.
Again, they've kind of gone for like see whatever AI's done with this one. It's sort of developed like a 3D-ness to the kits, which I think kits are starting to do. Like this badge has got like a depth to it, and I'm starting to see it more and more kits. So I wonder if that's something like that will happen more with kits.
The only problem I have with that one, it looks really tight. I don't think we'd be able to get away with wearing
I think it's a player issue one. Well, so if you're worried about the tight ones, then maybe you want to go for Manchester United, which looks more like someone's PC than a football kit.
Is this sponsored by Warhammer? I thought that the Barcelona one was going a bit Marvel. This is definitely going down the idea of like it's not even Under Armour. This is Over Armour, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So you don't have to worry if you have a 6-pack or not. It will just add it for you. All right, let's go back to some more realistic ones. So we'll start with a France shirt. What are your thoughts on this France shirt?
Yeah, I like that. It's it feels like it's something that the war it looks like something the war in the past. Apart from that red stripe, I feel like that's.
Yeah, I think they had a similar away kit, wasn't it? It was like the blue along the top and then the white.
I think if they get there's part of me goes, if they get the proper cockerel back on it, I'd probably be interested in that. Like,
AI can't do logos.
Because for me, the best, and again, this is one that I'm trying to get my hands on at the minute. Do you remember the France away shirt from, I think it was like 2008 or something, 2010, and it's just the one that's like navy blue and white hoops. It's the most French shirt you could possibly imagine. I want that. I'm desperate for that, but I could sort of see that maybe. Possibly.
Wait, what? If I look for France away 2008, you won't believe this.
You won't believe this.
No. They played in red.
No, hang on. White and blue, right?
I think you might be on about this one here.
No. I've got me dates wrong.
Oh, I can't believe that France played in red.
I don't
2011, 2012. Right.
2011, right.
Oh, it's on cult kits, but it's only a small.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Oof, I expected. I was thinking the stripes the other way, which is more similar to the home shirt they've had recently. But that is very French, isn't it? You can imagine a baguette, a little bicycle.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
A little cat. I don't want to stereotype too much, but that is France all over, isn't it? Not the red one.
Can you draw me a France shirt? Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go on to Korea. Now, Korea actually have a shirt similar to this last year, I think, the away shirt. Do you think this would? I feel like this is one that would sell if they got this.
I'd 100% wear
that. Yeah, you could have that totally.
100%.
All right, let's try some Premier League. We'll start with one of your favourite clubs, Tony. Aston Villa.
Oh, no, not for me. But you keep the classic, right? Look, AI. Okay, keep the classic look. It's a claret body with blue sleeves. Okay, you don't make it look like a drink that you get in a Wetherspoons that hasn't settled properly.
That does look like
ice blast vibes from the cinema,
isn't it? Like it comes out of like a plastic churner behind. It's like £4 or whatever. I'll have one of them. Like it's a slushy. It's a kit made by slushies. Nah, not for me.
Nah, no.
Chelsea with sort of going faster stripes. They look like they're Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is that not the actual kit from?
Yeah, that looks very similar.
Did they have one with these little lines? Actually, I think the France kit was a bit like this. I have got an alternate Chelsea with like a gold imprint.
That's nice. Yeah.
All right, so we're approving the Chelseas. Now, I like this one. Nottingham Forest.
That's class. That's really class, actually. I like that.
Yeah, Dan Retro Shirts FC did these ones just to give them some credit. I think that's the ones from the SportBible article as well.
I think I like the shorts. The shorts... there's a little bit like where the waistband and the stripes are different. Nice detail.
I'm liking the forest, obviously the forest graphic. Nottingham Forest. I like that.
There's the forest, and then it sort of looks like arrowheads above as well, which makes me think Nottingham,
Robin Hood.
Yeah. Oh, so I think there's like I think that one's like AI's had an inspired moment there.
Although they have taken a star off the badge as well, which is,
Oh. So, Jack, you mentioned this one very briefly before the show. Oh. If Wolves went fully into those T-shirts you see sold at markets around the country on a Saturday.
Do you know what?
With the jumpers with the wolves on them.
Yeah. It's funny actually because on the SportBible website, some of the ads on our page, oh my word, and like it reminds me of one of them ads where I just like they've got that wolf on like a knitted jumper.
That's it. Yeah,
I'm just thinking, is our target audience going to buy one of them? Honest to God, but
like 49-year-old women.
It just that is different.
I like how it blends. I like how the wolf sort of blends into the design. I quite like, and I don't mind the design. There is a wolfless version behind, which actually looks kind of nice.
Yeah. What I'd like with the wolfless version is I'd like them to go futuristic with that version, but then also retro with Doritos as the logo on it.
Oh, the Doritos would be good. Watford was sponsored by Doritos.
No, I'm sure they were Doritos, weren't they? Wolves.
Someone had Doritos. It might have been Wolves. It would be good. I like that. I don't like that the back is a completely different design though. Like, why have they not gone for like something continuous around the back? Whereas the back looks like something very like odd. I'll
tell you what, I'm loving the fact that the socks are Puma and the shirt Adidas. Just switch it up a bit.
Just raking all the advertising money. You got to buy your socks from Puma, but you got to buy your shirts from Adidas.
Puma, the official sock supplier of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Adidas, the actual kit supplier.
Right, Brighton haven't been very adventurous with their kits the last few years. So, how about a little bit of the seaside on the shirt?
That looks like it was made on clip art.
Do you know what? I like it. My guilty admission of football kits is last season's. And I'm a Pompey fan, Jack. If like just to qualify this. But one of my favourite shirts from last year, and it really pains me to say it, was this Southampton shirt. This away Southampton shirt. And like, I just wish it wasn't Southampton. I wish it was any other team because I would get it. Like, even if it was another English team, maybe not. But you know, I wish it was like a foreign team that had got this shirt because it's so nice.
That just screams James Ward-Prowse. I can just see James Ward-Prowse in that shirt.
He did score about 30 goals in it. He did. So
I agree though. It's a nice shirt, but it's the sponsor for me again. The betting sponsor. It's a bit. But I do agree that the design's nice.
All right. What about something classic for Spurs?
That's nice.
Yeah.
It looks like an old school like cricket jumper in a way. Do you remember like the cricket jumpers, the white, like really? I guess they still wear them for like internationals and stuff, but
that's my favourite so far. I think. I just think it looks nice and simplistic. Yeah, like that.
All right. If you didn't like the Villa one,
horrific.
West Ham.
Yeah. You know what? For West Ham, actually. I could see that. I could see that. I'm not 100% keen on the shorts, but I think West Ham could get away with that. But I don't think the Villa could.
I don't think Thomas Soucek could get away with wearing that. I'm afraid. No.
I think it's got like a glow down the middle, which is
it has, doesn't it? There's like a bit of yellow through that those middle three stripes, which I don't know.
Now, something that it did do is if the team had a nickname, it really liked putting it on the shirt. So there is, for example, Brentford, and it's just chucked a big B on the shirt.
I love that. Genuinely, I think that's
do you think they should have a B on the shirt?
There's so much to love. The collar's amazing. The color scheme's amazing. In fact, it's just hoops. Like those socks are like, get me that kit, please.
You want the Brentford one?
I want it.
How about this Wolves?
That's lush as well.
They've actually gone for a dip. So you don't. So this Wolf is okay in the like if they just did away with sponsors and had like their mascots on the shirts.
Do you know what though? These are so much more interesting than the boring template ones we get now.
I think so. Yeah.
AI, come on, AI. Let's do it for the next season. Come on.
Like the reason I'm not showing you like Crystal Palace, for example, is I think Crystal Palace are doing a smashing job with their kits at the minute. They always have like a nice design in the background. This year, like I think it's a little bit miss on the actual design, but they've gone for something, which I think is the actual building. Last year's one was really cool as well. I mean, like taking inspiration from Coventry have done it the last few years as well. They had the stuff from the cathedral that means stuff to the city, and it's like it makes sense. So Bristol City, for example, I'm going to assume that's the seven. I think that's the Severn Bridge, isn't it?
Shorts are shocking there, though, aren't they? It was like that York City kit, isn't it? That we spoke to Trek about last week. That's all I've got the York Minster in the design of the home kit, and of course the away kit's all about the chocolate factories as well. That's pretty cool for Cardiff.
Yeah, the Cardiff. Oh, do you know what? I like this one. We talked about a wolf on the shirt, but how about a giant fox, like a gold fox? If that had been their Premier League winning shirt.
Imagine Jamie Vardy wearing that. That's a party right there.
Did you see Jamie Vardy punched himself? He missed a sitter at the other day, and he punched himself in the face. I love Jamie Vardy. That's just peak Jamie Vardy.
Now AI isn't always adventurous, Tony. So we've gone for Sunderland. What do you think it's done for Sunderland?
Probably kept this season's kit. To be honest, I can't imagine it's done too much.
I'm pretty sure that's this season's kit, or at least last season's.
That's most of last season. I think people would kick off about that, but I quite like that.
Except for the sponsor.
Yeah, the sponsor I'm not fussed about, but I quite like the black at the bottom. It's a little bit different because I think with Sunderland again, we're talking about template kits. They obviously they don't even get paid by Nike at all, so they literally just buy the Nike kit really. So there's no discussion as part of the design process. So something like that, it would at least stand out a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, I've got about 4 more. We've got Leeds. You get like a nice rose in the background, the white rose. What do we think? Is it overdoing it? Have they gone too much on this one? I think you'd have to make the rose like.
Looks like a Christmas jumper in the middle.
It does. It does look like a Christmas jumper.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's all right.
It's all right. Collar.
We've got Swansea. Again, you get like a nice one. You get 2 versions of the kit as well. One with the black. I actually think they should go for that black stripe down the middle, like black, white, and gold. Something works about black, white, and gold.
Yeah. I agree.
Like they've put the gold in the sponsor on there. Like this, your shirt is, I think yours is black and white and gold as well, isn't it, Jack? There.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I really like black, white, and gold. They are some long shorts, them black ones.
Are they like 3/4 lengths? Double logos on them as well. I just love that AI just chucks in some random things sometimes. Like, oh, what? Let's go for double logos, double length shorts. That's the future.
Yeah, in the future we're going to wear ankle socks. I mean, look at wow. That's
the Hornets. No, I never understood why are Watford the Hornets when they've got a giant stag on their badge. I mean, obviously it's the colour scheme, but they also have. Why do they have a giant stag on their badge? Like, just choose one animal. You can't have two. You're being greedy.
True.
Some of us don't get any animals. Pompey don't have it. We had a dog as a mascot called Nelson, and now we got a frog called Frogmore. So yeah, they can't make their mind up. I think this is New England Revolution, but I just chose this one for the sponsor. Bologna meat. I don't know. Maybe they're genuinely sponsored by Bologna meat, but I just
I was in Bologna last month. The meat was nice. I can confirm. So
I've got one more, but it's not a football one. It's a rugby one. So rugby Pacific teams, and I really like these ones, which is why I wanted to share them. What do you think to these? These are like Pacific rugby teams. So rugby teams, New Zealand.
That's cool.
And the Pacific Islands. I've taken some nice inspiration out, like Crusaders and like that. I like that one. That's Auckland, and it's got like the tower down the middle. It would probably it's quite a lot for a shirt, but it's it would be cool. I like that they've put Cansby on this shirt, which, as I mentioned, like with way too many things on it, but they are now defunct. But yeah, there are I like that one. Like that would be cool. There's like a weird little bit of tartan there, but there's because of the Highlanders, you see. So there's like
Do you know what? The AI's put a lot of thought into this. Fair enough.
It does go out there and like grab some inspiration. I mean, the fact that it just for Sunderland, it just came up with the current kit or whatever it was. It's just like whatever. Last year's will do.
Yeah.
Sometimes classic works, and they just went. I think they prefer a classic kit, really, if anything. So,
but other times it really. I mean, I'll show you Liverpool as well very quickly. Like, look, Liverpool's shirts are uninspired at the minute, and that is equally as uninspired. I don't know actually. Like, there's something classic about it, but still.
Again, they've got that shirt, haven't they? Sure,
I'm pretty sure that's what it is right now, or last season, or whatever.
What's that Luton one? Close. Look at that Luton one. That's
the top
wild.
Comes with a hat.
Oh my god.
I was very disappointed to learn, by the way, Luton don't sell any hats.
That's a disgrace.
On their club website. When I went, I did a review a while ago of different club websites and the most ridiculous things you could buy on them. Future show episode, Tony.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because there are some crazy things out there you can buy that are officially licensed from clubs. Man United, by the way, have 12 different shavers that you can buy. So the Luton don't sell hats. They're called the Hatters and they don't sell hats, which was largely disappointing.
Sunderland, the Black Cats, and you can't buy a cat in that shop for love of money either. So,
what was the craziest bit of merchandise you've seen on the website, Si?
You got to think now. Well, West Ham do sell a hammer.
Love that.
So that's pretty good. So some of them do take their name quite literally and sell whatever it is.
Watford, you can get a jar of Hornets. Just gets terrible. Just go get them for the match. We're gonna get a little souvenir. Have you got a jar of Hornets? I have, yeah, just in case the second half goes badly.
Some of the what are those little figures called?
The Corinthians.
No, the
Micro stars.
Yeah, those type things. I can't remember what the bobbleheads basically. I looked at the England ones, and Kyle Walker has like 3 different ones. But they've made him 3 completely different shades. I don't want to get too much into the politics of that, but like completely different shades. And I'm like, who is making these figures? Like, at least keep him consistent. Like make him realistic. Don't just be like, yeah, I'm going to slap on whatever color is, this is. So yeah, I thought that was pretty outrageous. I'll say, and they were selling them off.
Interesting, right? I tell you what, we're going to start wrapping things up a little bit now. Jack. AI, of course, has done us some fun stuff there. But we started to ask this of all of our guests at the minute now. If you could banish one piece of football kit, could be universal shirt size, which we've gone before, score draw kits was another one. There's something you could ban from the world of football kits. Banish it to room 101 forever and never be seen again. What would it be? And why?
2 things. A low neckline on a shirt. So what comes straight to my head was City's shirt from a couple of seasons ago, 21-22. It was made by Puma, and the neck was so low. It was like down here. I'm not a fan of that. I prefer a high neck, if I'm honest. Don't like that. And the tight fitting. Obviously, if the match fit, they have to be tight. But yeah, I'm putting the pot on the pounds now. There it is. How bad's that shirt? It might like.
Is it wrong?
Neckline.
Is it wrong? The first thing I've thought with that low neckline, and maybe it's just the shade, right? And maybe it's the fact that Phil Foden is incredibly slight. But all I could think of was he was wearing, like, you know what, like the blues you get in hospital. He's walking around.
Scrubs.
He looks like a hospital porter with that. Scrubs, yeah.
He's carrying around a little tin pan that's got some old lady's shit in it.
Yeah. Phil, how are you getting on today? Oh, I'm just doing bloods. Like, you know, just
in another life, Phil Foden was a nurse.
Yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve, I'd say. Just low necklines. I'll always buy a shirt that's got a nice neckline. Is that weird? I don't know.
No, it's not weird.
No, I don't think so. I think that's valid. It's not something I
turtleneck.
thought about. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a middle ground. Like this one, I struggled to get on over my head today. And Tony's got a big problem with his old Inter Milan kit. It's an extra large, and he can't get his head in it.
That.
Yeah. It was in episode 1. If anyone wants to go back and check that out. So yeah, I'm agreed on.
For Christmas,
reasonably sized necklines.
Yeah, that's maybe weird to some people, but honestly, every time, say if I'm in classic football shirts, I'm on the rail, I'll always look at the neckline and see if it's high enough. And maybe I'm weird. I don't know.
No, I like that because you see, I talked to Mrs. J about stuff, and like she's like, "Oh, do you like this?" And I'd be like, "No, there's something wrong with it." She'd be like, "What is it?" I was like, "Oh, it looks like a little bit odd at the bottom." And she's like, "No one's going to see that." I'm like, but I know. And so I'm with you on that neckline thing. That's the sort of thing I'd complain about as well. I've been sat trying to work out how this sits. So I'm the same as you.
Yeah. It's like, well, this one's got a weird neckline. I remember, like, I don't know, back in about 2003, 2004, when Topshop and Burton shops still existed, and I used to shop in them because I was like 17, 18, 19 years old. And I'd go in and I'd be like, all I'd want was like a plain t-shirt. And I'd go and I'd grab one. I'd be like, oh, this looks, I'd just go try it on. And I'd get in and I'd put it on. It would, like, the neckline would be like basically from there to there. And you're like, what? Like, it's going to fall off my shoulders. And then I'll go get another one. And the neckline's fine. I'm like, oh, this one looks all right. But no, it's got wings or something on it. And you're like, I just want a normal t-shirt. Just send me a normal t-shirt, normal plain t-shirt.
Also, what coat hanger do you use for that? I mean, you know, I know you should be folding your t-shirts up, but some people hang them up, you know, and you got a big neckline there. Yeah. Unless maybe that's the thing. Encourage you to start working your neck in the gym.
Yeah. What are you two's? What would you banish to room 101?
Oh, we've not done that yet, have we, Tony? We haven't done that. We've done our own ones.
We haven't. That's where we kind of thought we'd take inspiration from you lot first.
Yeah.
No, what am I doing? I'm going to go.
Sorry, I've thrown that on you. I've been the typical journalist.
You know what? Mine's going to be really, really simple. Mine's going to be really, really simple. I'm going to ban 1 year life cycles of football kits. That's my thing. 1 year cycle. Get rid of it. It's unnecessary. It's absolutely necessary. From a commercial point of view, I understand why they do it. But as a parent now with 2 young kids, nobody these day and age can afford to buy multiple football kits every single year. It's just not a thing. From an environmental perspective, it's unsustainable. We shouldn't be doing it. And as we've proven there's no thought goes into it anymore now. Like, so you can't justify a 1 year turnaround. If you were getting a company making a kit every single year and putting the work into it, then fair enough. I've got a little bit more like, okay, cool. It's totally different. But hey, if it's going to look like everyone else's football kit every single year, get rid. I'm not fussed with that. 2 years at minimum, please.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
And alternate as well for the home and away kit change, and don't change them both at the same time.
Wait till we get onto the episode about how many kits Napoli had last year. Mine's sort of like with a similar view to Tony's with reasoning, but mine is the his current football shirt pricing for new shirts. And we saw earlier that, what was it? The Real Madrid shirt was 110 quid, not even the player issue version. It's like 110. And we know, not like, because we had Trek on last week about talking about fake shirts. So we know it's not costing them that much to make those shirts, because you can get a fake one. Very, very close in material, very, very close. Obviously, they're not putting the research and design, and probably there's some other corners that are cut, but they're selling them for 15, 16 quid. So you're like, and they're making a profit too. So you're looking at it, there's got to be there is a massive markup on this. Obviously, the retailers take a cut, and there are other cuts in there, but the markup is so big now, it's getting ridiculous. And you do see some teams. So I think it was Brentford have gone for, our kit is a 2-year kit. It's got a shit sponsor, but it's 45 quid or whatever it is, 50 quid. So like that compared to Liverpool's, which for the regular non-player issue one is about 90 quid, and it's totally uninspired. All they changed, I don't know if you've seen this year's Liverpool kit compared to last year's, but essentially all they did is add a white. They basically took last year's kit. Imagine, this is probably what they did. See this collar on mine? They took that would have been the collar on last year's kit, and put a collar inside it. And the same on the sleeves, right? Added an extra layer on the sleeve, a white layer. And that's the difference between this year's Liverpool and last year's, and they're charging 90 quid for it. So I think current shirt prices have got to be more reasonable, particularly if they're uninspired. And on the kids' kits too. Drop the prices on them.
Yeah, absolutely. And the problem as well is it's not just obviously elite level, it filters down. So like, even, I mean, we were looking at like non-league shirts over the week. Like, we've got our friends non-league shirt shop who are going to come on the show in the future. Like, they're having to sell non-league shirts at 45 quid a pop as well. And it's like, I mean, come on, like these are the clubs that need the money. And can you justify 45 quid for a team that maybe only gets a handful of people through the door? Like, yeah, it would be.
I understand that more, because there's got to be a volume for the shirt, right? Like, they've got to order enough shirts that the price is cheap enough. But at Liverpool, they're making so many of them that the volume has got to, price per unit has got to be low for them. Whereas, like, I don't know, Dulwich Hamlet are probably only making 200, 300 shirts, if that. So they got to, keep.
I think on the Liverpool thing, it's very similar to like, they know people will buy it. They know people will buy it. Whatever it looks like. It's the same as like FIFA the game. They don't change much, but they don't need to, because people are going to buy it anyways. Do you know? Yeah.
And as you say, not just people who are local, people all around the world will do it. And yeah, that's the thing. It's all money in it. That's the problem. Yeah. It's all money.
I think there's an opportunity there for a team to go make a really cool design, make it really affordable, be like, we're charging 30 quid for this shirt. Come get it, wear it. And or like, it's 40 quid. If you take a screenshot of yourself wearing it, we'll give you 10 quid gift voucher for the store. Do something like that. And like, I imagine it'll be Wrexham. It'll be Wrexham who do it. I bet it's Wrexham who do it, because all it's going to take is a team like that to do it. And they're just going to get loads of people like following them. What teams do you support? You support the teams whose kits you were bought when you were a kid in some ways. Yeah. Like that, you like the cool kits of and stuff, and you have nostalgia for. I think it's going to start to go, and obviously the players count as well. But like you pair the two up, you're going to start getting some. You got to get impressionable on those younger fans. I mean, I'm not suggesting, but
here's a quick question, Jack. Just before we finish, where do you stand? Because Si's kind of like on a nice ethical bandwagon here. I like it, right? Where do you stand on this current trend? Not the trend of fans asking for football shirts, because that's what gets banished into room 101, right? The trend of footballers refunding shirts that have been bought because the squad number hasn't officially been announced yet.
Never really thought of that. I don't know. I think that's on you. That's on you, isn't it? That you've been stupid enough to go on the club shop and guess. Why should you get a refund? Yeah. Do you agree?
You want to be the first. You want to be the first to have. You want to be the first to have the number. I mean, just wear it with the wrong number. Like, that's the other thing, right? Like, why you? Like, I've got this PSG shirt. Like, actually, it's spelt wrong, right? So that's not how you spell Zaire Emery's name. So someone had ordered that, put the wrong spelling in, and sent it back, right? So I actually picked it up really cheap, like 15 quid or something, but for an official PSG shirt from this year or last year, just because someone spelt his name slightly wrong. I'm like, I'm going to wear it this way. No one's going to see it on the front, are they? So, and like people going, when would you actually wear that?
Do you know what? Behind you.
I think a lot of people wouldn't even notice.
No. And I've certainly seen worse football shirts, worse things on the back of football shirts. There's a Twitter account called Ruined Football Shirts. Oh, there's some absolute horrible things that people get on the back of football shirts. The number of people who think it's funny to get 69 on the back of a football shirt is actually outrageous. But there are definitely worse. Imagine what if you get a player that doesn't sign for your club. You get it thinking they're going to sign, and then he doesn't.
And then you definitely deserve that. You definitely deserve to have to keep that shirt and explain to everyone why that's the situation.
John Obi Mikel in a Man United kit.
Oh, good one. Do you know what? That came to my head straight away as well. John Obi Mikel. I don't know why.
They unveiled him, didn't they? And then he went to Chelsea.
They did.
I think they unveiled him.
Yeah, they did. In a press conference.
I think that's on the club in that case. That's on Man United. They got to refund you if you do that. Sorry, Tony, you're trying to close out. I'm not just throwing things at you.
Yeah, it's all right. To be fair, this is the joy of this show. It's literally like we could talk all night, and to be fair, I think that means, Jack, all we have to do now is get you back on, really, for more chat. So hope obviously you've enjoyed it. If people have enjoyed listening to you, where can we find more of your work? How can we get in touch with you via social media? And plug some stuff for us.
Yeah, if you want to read some more tweets about Football Manager, I tweet pretty much 90% of my stuff is FM related, if I'm honest, because that's what I enjoy most. I love FM. I might tweet about the odd kit every now and then, but yeah, it's mostly FM. It's mostly silly stuff. I'm not a serious guy at all. But I'd love to come on and chat FM at some point next year if that's a possibility. I've got loads of stories.
Tony's got a Football Manager show as well. You might have to.
I know.
He has a show dedicated to Football Manager.
He has indeed.
We've already got some dates in mind for that. So yes, absolutely, we'll be hitting you up for that one. To be fair, this one's overrun. Otherwise, I'd have just interviewed again tonight. But we'll pop all the links below, Jack, for you in the description. So of course, everyone can go and follow you.
Nice
and like I say, appreciate you being on. Genuinely, it's been absolutely brilliant chatting to you. Si, where can people find yourself?
Samajo FM on Twitter, and for the show, I don't know, maybe you're going to do this, but afterwards, Footy Shirt Sock, I got it right this week, on Twitter and TikTok, or Football Shirt Social on YouTube. And you, Tony?
Excellent. And I'm at Tony Jameson on Twitter and Tony Jameson FM on Twitch and YouTube. So there you go. That's where we are. Genuinely loved it. Loved today.
Really
Hope
good.
you all have as well. Leave us some comments below in the box, and of course, do let us know who you want to see in the future. Let us know, of course, what you managed to win 101. And more importantly,
send us some more AI kits.
Take care of yourselves.
Send us links to AI kits.
Yeah. Do that. Obviously, we get a slight buffer in terms of me trying to wrap the show up in size.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Yeah, send us some AI kits. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Bye now.